Hi guys, well welcome back to the channel, Ron's Keto Cafe, and I'm Ron. Well, if you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning member, welcome back. And if you're a new member, could you please share, like, and smash that subscribe button? It helps other people know when I'm posting videos. Now, I absolutely love this. This is Rhea's homemade Mariana sauce, and here is ingredients on the back. It's very simple, easy ingredients, but here's what the deal is. I paid $5 for this, or $4.99 at a local market basket. And I got the idea, well, why not just make my own instead of spending that outrageous price? So what I did was I bought a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. And I paid $2 for the can of diced tomatoes. And that's $3 cheaper than this. And the ground beef I already had, because I made a meatloaf out of part of my ground beef, and I had some meat left over, so I chopped it all up into the frying pan, and I mixed it all up. And I want to use the difference to make a Copycat Rhea's pizza sauce. But instead of having just a plain pizza sauce, we're going to make it with a meat in it. So what this particular recipe, you're going to need a pound of ground beef, or you can have sausage, whatever you want. But typically I make my sauce with ground beef. And then you can also just make a plain sauce and add meatballs to it. But today we're making a meat sauce. So today we're going to be taking a pound of ground beef, and we're going to take one 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. It doesn't have to be Heinz, it could be any one of your favorite sauces. We're going to dump that in with a can of tomato paste, because small can, because we want that to thicken up a little bit. And then we're going to add some diced peppers. I happen to have a bag of frozen peppers in the freezer. And of course the typical Italian seasonings that we're going to put into it, and everything's going to be eyeballing it. I don't measure anything unless it specifically calls for a measurement. And then I'll probably take about a half a cup of granular swerve. And the reason why you're doing that is to offset some of the acidic taste for the tomato. And then we'll let that cook really, really well. And today we're going to be using our nice brand new Dutch oven cast iron skillet that we bought, and with a lid. So once we get that all going, we'll let that cook up. We'll probably, once we get the ground beef all cooked up and get all the rest of the stuff in, we'll put it on probably about medium to low heat. Let that cook in for about an hour and a half. We're going to put some Parmesan Reggiano cheese in it, and just let that cook in. And after that cools down, I'll take it and transfer it into some containers, and then I'll have I'll not only have this, I'll have some homemade sauce, and nothing tastes better than homemade. Now, if you have a garden and now they're coming into the summer months, you can take the fresh summer tomatoes and you can blanch them a little bit in a little bit of boiling water, and just peel off the tomatoes. The peels, they come off really easy, and you make your own spaghetti sauce. And I've done that plenty of times, but I usually just when I'm making a spaghetti sauce, I just make it right out of the can and put whatever my mom had. I got an old-fashioned Italian recipe that my mom, but we're French, we're not Italian, but my mom had this recipe over the years, and it was one of my absolute favorites. But she used to make a spaghetti. Again, she had 4 kids, and she only had one income coming in, and she got by, with a house mortgage and all the bills that came along with having a family. And we all got along. And so today we're going to duplicate a somewhat similar recipe to that. And so this just to give you guys some ideas and options. Why would you want to go and spend $5 for this when you can just spend $2 and make your own? And then you can get twice as much as a small little container. This happens to be 13 ounces, by the way. So we're gonna for the 28-ounce can of that, and a little bit of the tomato paste, and we might even add just a tiny bit of water, maybe about a half a cup of water. And that's pretty much it. And of course the low sugar-free erythritol, what they call it, the confectionate granular swerve. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about trying it. I had made this plenty of times before, but right up until today, I hadn't thought about it. I said, why don't we just make our own, and then we don't have to keep going out and buying this stuff, and I'll store it in the freezer. Now, I got plastic containers I'm going to be storing in it, but honestly, guys, this weekend I'm going to go out and invest in another couple of cases of mason jars, because mason jars are great to store stuff like that and put it in the freezer. But anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I may or may not talk over the video. That all depends if my cat's on my feet, because he's always under my foot and driving my wife and I crazy. So I have to do the best I can, but if that's going to be the case, I'll just drop out the voice and put music, and then we'll come back and sample it and talk about it, and I'll even show you how to make low-carb noodles out of just eggs. So again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. This is very simple, guys. It's just a little bit of oil, avocado oil. Keep it clean. Maybe about a half a teaspoon, a tablespoon. Again, I don't measure. A little bit of garlic powder. And a little bit of onion powder. And last but not least, a little bit of Italian seasoning. Now we're just going to work all that all in. Small handful of bell peppers in, a little frozen, freezer burn, it's fine. You just keep breaking it up. So that's our base for our ground beef, and then they're going to add a can of, I'm going to show you an easy way of getting the tomato paste out. And then we're going to use a can of no salt added on the Hunt's tomato diced tomatoes. So let's continue cooking our ground beef. Okay, so we got that ground beef just about all done. So now it's sometimes, as you can see now, our ground beef is just about done. So we're going to reduce the heat a little bit. And we're going to add diced tomatoes. But before we add our diced tomatoes, I want to show you something. Don't mind me mess on the countertop. It is what it is. So you just slide that around. Watch this, guys. Yeah, easy. It's gonna really blow your mind when it comes to tomato paste. So you just take your can opener all the way around your can lid. Okay. Leave that in there. Flip that upside down. We'll put the tomato paste in first. It doesn't matter what you put in first or not. Okay, so take that off. Watch this. Now you watch. If you don't cut yourself. Sometimes these are very hard to get off, so we'll do it from this side. There we go. You can see our ground beef is cooking really well. So all you do is you just take your can of open-end cans, just push it through. Just like that. So easy that is. And most of the time it comes out pretty clean, except a little bit stayed on there, which is fine. We got all that part out anyway, we don't need that. See how easy that was? Take that out of there. You don't need to struggle and leave half of that in the can. Everything's too expensive these days. You just dump the whole can right in. That's all, just like that. And then give it a stir. The whole idea of the tomato paste is to thicken it up a little bit. That's all. Now we're gonna put some cheese in here. And we're going to put the cover on and we're going to let that simmer for about an hour, hour and a half. The longer you let this cook, the better it's going to taste. And that tomato paste will thicken everything all up, by the way. Okay. Then what we're going to do is add some more cheese, or add cheese to it. And I just eyeball everything. Don't really measure. Probably about a cup, maybe a couple cups. It's going to give it a really, really good flavor. I'm going to save the rest of the cheese for when we have that meal. Okay, we'll mix that all in. Cheese will give it a really good flavor. Everything will start thickening up really nicely. And again, we can add a little more water to it, but you should be fine with the water from the 28-ounce can of tomatoes. And we're gonna put a little bit of sugar in it. The granular sugar. So that, we probably put about half a cup of sugar. And again, that's just to offset the acidic taste of the acid from the sauce. So there you go. It's pretty much all made. Now we're just going to cover it up and let it simmer for a while. And now low. Reduce the heat. And I'll come back and we'll talk about it and sample it together. Well, there you have it. Our sauce is all done. I'm going to let that cool. I'm going to put it in a small little tiny bowl. Take a sample bite out of it afterwards. And you know how it came out. And yeah, and then we'll talk about it. Hi guys, and welcome back. Well, our spaghetti sauce for our Reyes Copycat pizza sauce is done, and we're going to and it's been cooling down for a while now. We're going to take the sauce out of here, and we're going to put them in these plastic containers. And I happen to have a piece of paper towel on the counter because I don't want to get sauce on the counter and stain the counter. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. There you go. See how much it went down since the original video. So I just basically take the ladle and I'm going to scoop it out. Let me re-angle the camera. I'm going to show you how. So you just take a ladle and you scoop out whatever you think in the amount, nice and thick sauce. Just like that. Probably put 2 good scoops in each one. See that? I'll probably take probably gonna take 2 of these today, maybe 3. Just what I'm doing, I'm just taking the sauce out of the bottom of the cast iron skillet. It's a Dutch oven. Picked up the skillet at the Kohl's website for $40. It's a 3-quart. So what I'm going to try to do is just get the rest of the sauce out of here. I don't want to waste anything. Yeah, move my camera. So there you have our final product, and let me know what you think. Now the good thing about the spaghetti sauce that I made, it's fresh and it's homemade, and nothing tastes better than homemade. And you can omit or add anything you want to add to it, and make it your way. You don't even have to put meat in there. You can just make it plain. So basically, it's a recap on what we did. We took a pound of ground beef and fried it up in some avocado oil. We added about half a teaspoon of each of garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, oregano, and Italian season. And 128-ounce can of diced tomatoes, non-salted. And then we added 1 can of tomato paste, and that was to thicken up the tomato sauce. Now if you wanted a little less thicker, you just add some water to it. And we simmered it over this. Oh yeah, we added some frozen peppers that were a little bit freezer burned, but that was okay because it just cooked all right in anyways. So once we had the ground beef all chopped up and everything, and fried it all up, added all the ingredients in, we slow cooked it for about 2.5 hours on the medium heat in the Dutch oven, the cast iron skillet. And then once it was almost all cooked, we took some Parmesan cheese, the shredded kind. It probably would have been better with the grated kind, but I used what I had on hand. And if you want it more spicier, you could add some chili flakes or whatever you want to add to it. But this is the final product, and I already had a taste test of it, and it's really, really good. Look at that, guys. This is really, really great. So we're going to take that. We're going to leave one out. We're going to put that in the refrigerator, and the other one we're going to freeze. Now, I believe I referenced the Reyes Peaches jar was at 8 ounces. This is probably 16 ounces in each blend. So, and we spent $5 for that can, $2 for the hot tomato sauce, and another $1. So we spent $5 total, and plus a price of the half a pound of hamburger. So altogether we spent $10 for the entire thing. And if you were to divide this up into 2 more jars of those 8-ounce jars, I would have probably gotten 4 of them. So instead of spending $5 for one, which didn't have the meat sauce, I ended up getting, I would end up getting 4 8-ounce jars. So you can see already 3 times 5, 15. So you saved yourself $15, and you can get technically get 4 or 5 meals out of this. But this is for my wife and myself, and I'll probably make her some regular ragu spaghetti sauce, ragu noodles, and I'll probably have mine and some low carb bread, and I'm going to make some dinner rolls or something like that. But anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Look at that. Yeah, that look really good, nice and thick sauce. Now come on, really? Really? Let me go hang on. Now, what would you rather have? This? This? This or this? Huh? Tell me. Go ahead. I'm not afraid. Tell me. I'm not afraid to take criticism. Oh yeah, and then we put 1/4 of a cup of granulated swerve on the sweetener, and that was only to offset the acetic acid that's in the spaghetti sauce. But yeah, this is really, really good. But anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Remember, I love you, God loves you. Have an amazing day.